Hey, everybody, we're back. Previous program revealed that Oakland School Board candidate and School Board member Mike Hutchinson, after believing he was not reelected, discovered he was reelected after a morning phone call from Alameda County Registrar Voters Representative Tim Dupuis. And Mike said that he was told there was an error in rank choice voting in the algorithm, and that error produced his win. That was Mike's concern. I have on the phone now Seneca Scott, my friend who was an Oakland mayoral candidate, and then Cynthia Adams is just calling me too. So I'm going to see if I can merge these calls. It says ended, except that I can't seem to merge these.
Do her after, please. I got to go quickly. I got like couple minutes.
Well, I got you here now, and we're live. So
okay, great.
Yeah. So Seneca is live. I'm going to read the press release, and Seneca, I'd like your reaction to what I'm about to read. It's not a long read at all. Are you game?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. This is what Mr. Dupuis read off to me. Not read off to me, but sent me, and has been posted on the site of the Alameda County Registrar Voters. It is also in the text of this live stream. Ranked choice voting final tallies. That's the headline. And then it goes like this. Several jurisdictions use ranked choice voting, RCV, to conduct their elections in the County of Alameda. The ROV, or Registrar Voters, learned that its RCV tally system was not configured properly for the November 2022 general election. It should have been configured to advance ballots to the next ranking immediately when no candidate was selected for a particular round. This means that if no candidate...
So normally when it's gone into the overvote.
Yeah. This means that if no candidate was selected in the first round on the ballot, then the second round ranking would count as the first round ranking, and the third round ranking would count as the second round ranking, and so on. Which I think, you know what, though, Seneca? I'll hold that thought. For the November 2022 general election, the setting on the county's equipment counted the ranked choice voting ballots in the manner in which the ballot was completed, meaning no vote was registered for those ballots in the first round of counting because those voters did not identify a valid candidate in a particular rank on the ballot. Once it became aware of the issue, the registrar voters immediately investigated it. The ranked choice voting the registrar voters worked with its vendor to figure out the source of the issue and resolve it. After reviewing the election data and applying the correct configuration, the registrar voters learned that only one outcome was affected. Oakland School Director, District 4 for the Oakland Unified School District, which produced Mike Hutchinson as the winner. And then it reads in black, bold print. No other result for any ranked choice voting election in any jurisdiction was changed. The registrar voters has notified the City of Oakland, the Oakland Unified School District, the School Director for District 4 candidates, and the Secretary of State. The registrar voters is currently working with its vendor to provide safeguards so that does not happen in future elections. Now, Seneca, what gets me is, what do you think? What do you think of what you just heard?
Here's my thoughts on that.
Yeah.
First of all, we called this. Mm-hmm. We asked questions about the algorithm. Mm-hmm. We demanded disclosure about the algorithm. Mm-hmm. That disclosure was never granted. We were just told to trust them. Now all of a sudden it comes out that we were right, and now we're supposed to be assured that it didn't affect any other election fundamentally. That's fine. I want to know how many votes did we change in Oakland, and where was those votes changed at? That's
right.
good data for us. So I think we deserve that data at minimum. Second, this calls into question, again, and this is a fundamental aspect of this when it comes to voter suppression. This is more evidence that ranked choice voting is far too experimental and too complicated, right? Like we can't have any confidence that this system was done right. And without that confidence, we have fundamental issues in our democracy, especially as it pertains to foundational voters.
Yep.
Again, who is paramount in my equation that I'm fighting for. And I don't say that lightly. We cannot let our foundational Black voters down. We can't let any voters be disenfranchised, but in particular to me, right?
Right.
Is these Black people who, I'm a Scott. Brother Scott King is my first cousin. That's my grandfather's niece. We have a proud legacy of civil rights and fighting for voting rights in our family. And to watch this systemic disenfranchisement happen while progressives claiming it's all good. I haven't heard any quotes from Dupuis today. Where's Sean Dupuis at?
Yeah.
Let's fight that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, this song works. It's all good. Like, stop playing with me. Right? They're going to lose this public opinion battle. If Sean Dupuis ever grows up here and decides to debate me, I'm going to destroy him. He can't debate. I got the data. I have my own data. This ranked choice voting through thousands of people's votes in the trash.
Yep.
And let me add one more thing. Voter intent. Remember these two words. Voter intent. Every voter who intended to have their vote counted, whose vote was either an overvote or a mismatched signature, which again, we've had recent ACLU lawsuits just this year that said that that's a disenfranchisement. We haven't even got to that yet. Why were those people with mismatched signatures not allowed to vote? So what happens is we keep adding these data points, and then the other side says, well, that's not going to be enough to overturn the election. Well, if you add them all up, 700 votes, 677 votes, it may, and whether it does or not, right, we demand, and I demand that we do a manual recount for data purposes, voter confidence, right, and the county and the city need to pay for it. This is further evidence that will go, hopefully, to some legal, something escalation, was a better word for it, and to that effect. So I have a lot more questions. I'm very disappointed in the registrar's office. I'm starting to believe that they may not be operating in good faith, and there's more to come. I'm going to take a few more breaks, but we're coming out swinging in the new year. This is not going to stand.
What gets me
what
gets me, Seneca, is when I interviewed Tim, he told me, and this is on video, that they test their software before every election. He has the utmost confidence in it. And then he admitted the algorithm, the anomaly that I talked about exists. And, I figured out, I'm thinking, wait a minute. If the problem was, as he said it was, where you have, if no candidate is selected in the first round, then the second round ranking would be count as the first round ranking. That would impact the ranked choice voting tally exchange, and it may go all the way to explain why there was this, 59.5% lock rather than a more expected kind of random percentage exchange of votes between Alyssa Victory and everybody else, right? And so my point is, as long as that's there, I think there's a piece of the problem. But what gets me over and above that, Seneca, is that the registrar of voters in this press release never explains how they learned that the ranked choice voting system was not configured properly.
Oh, was it? Did you maybe think maybe it was us and they knew that we weren't going to stop our hunt? And so before we arrived to that conclusion ourselves when they were busted, they wanted to just go ahead and snitch on themselves so they could lessen the blow?
Could be. That makes,
Just a thought,
But you know what? It's an explosive thought, and not in a bad way. This is horrifying.
It's horrifying.
And it's horrible to me.
I hate to say this, It is horrifying for democracy in every respect, but it's great for me personally.
Yeah.
People like Darwin were snickering when you had Tim on before, like we were conspiracy theorists for what we were saying. And now here we go, everything we said was right, and these people are supposed to be reporters, and they know fuck all about what's going on. These people are such hacks, and now we have more and more data to prove these people are being irresponsible. They're absolutely, like, this is going to go into the dismissal of these claims is going to go into the challenge of Oakland County 501c3 status. This is all connected.
Yeah. Great.
Right?
You're right. That's right.
And it's great for
because Oakland Society operates illegally. You're right. Yep.
Right? And it's great for our argument that ranked choice voting needs to go away and it's anti-democratic. Absolutely great. And I can't wait to debate anyone who cares about democracy enough to actually engage in a debate, because we know that people here don't do that in Oakland because they're terrified of not being able to back up their opinion. They just want the echo chambers and all that little bullcrap that they do. But I'm tired of it. 2023, we're going to see a lot of escalation, right? This is a nationwide issue that people have issues with our democracy. And the fact that this has happened in Alameda County for years now, this is the first instance. Okay, in 2020, there was a major investigation into Alameda County and then them not providing, I don't know enough details to go into a good briefing, but it was bad enough that it made a lot of newspapers. So I hope that Tim is going to do his job and not quit or run away like Oakland's ethics investigation did. And somebody in San Diego who just quit.
Yep.
But yeah, man, they got some explaining to do. I want to know how they found out too. I absolutely want to know that.
Yeah.
And then I want to know why you were so confident before, and now all of a sudden it was wrong. So anyway, long story short, Alameda County was to pay for this recount. The city of Oakland is to chip in. I ain't gonna shut up until it happens. And this election was not a free and fair election. At minimum, we deserve a runoff. Yeah. It doesn't look like we have a clear winner. We deserve a runoff. That's democracy. We deserve to know who people really chose in Oakland. And I'm not saying that will end up being Lauren.
Yeah, and as much as, Seneca, as much as I like Mike Hutchinson as a person, I did get on him because he basically said to me, hey, look, I'm not worried about anything else. I won, and that's it. I'm going to deal with my people. And I said to him, I said, man, black folks in Oakland have a problem. They really don't want to support each other, because he writes back, huh? And I said it just like that. And because what happens is that, and the reason why it's such an important problem, folks, is we could turn around and, as I argue, we are already being disenfranchised electronically, but we so don't like each other that it doesn't matter and no one cares. And that's what, in my opinion, that's what Mike is exhibiting. Hey, look, I'm good. I don't need to worry about anybody else or the integrity of the voting system. As long as I got what I wanted. That's essentially what he said.
Yeah, that's disappointing. I'm surprised you would say that on air.
No, he didn't say it on air. You said it. He wrote it. He wrote it to me. He wrote it.
Oh well, anything you say, if you don't tell somebody this off record, then you gotta know what time it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I don't. It's not a good look. I don't know what else to say about that.
No, I was hurt. I was hurt that he came off like that, as opposed to, hey, you know what? We need to make sure the entire.
I want him to tell that to NAACP. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Oh, I've got Cynthia Adams is trying to call. I'll get her on. And
get her on. I'll talk to her for a second. Then I gotta go. I'm decorating this room over here.
Oh, you do your thing. Okay, man.
Yeah, but I was listening earlier when you said, who was you on the phone with?
Oh, I was on the phone with Lauren.
Who?
Lauren Taylor.
Oh, good. I got a quote from him. I was going to read, but since he probably already said it, and I regurgitated some of his points, so I don't feel the need to read it now. I was going to end with that, but I'm glad he got on. He has every right to be upset, and as a community, we need to have his back. Yep. And that's all I'll say about that.
No, you're absolutely right. Hey, I'm going to bring in Miss Adams, but I want to thank you for letting me know. I wouldn't have found out about it had you not sent me that. So thank you, sir. Thank you, my friend.
No problem.
You got it.
Brother.
You got it, bro. See ya. Got it. All right, Ms. Adams is next. I'm going to call her. She represents the NAACP. So, and I was trying to get her on and merge the calls. Here, Miss Adams is.
Oh,
Hey, this is Zinni Abraham. Happy New Year. How are you?
oh, good. Just getting back in and just had my first executive board meeting. I haven't got sworn in yet, but I had to have a meeting.
Oh, well, I've got you on the air if that's okay, but it's for a special reason. Have you heard the news?
What news?
Okay, I'm going to read the press release to you. My viewers have heard this now for the second time, but this was issued by the Alameda County Registrar, Tim Dupuis. Approximately an hour ago, he sent me a text saying he had just posted it. For immediate release, December 28, 2022, ranked choice voting final tallies. Several jurisdictions use ranked choice voting, RCV, to conduct their elections in the County of Alameda. The ROV, which means Registrar of Voters, learned that its RCV, or ranked choice voting tally system, was not configured properly for the November 2022 general election. It should have been configured to advance ballots to the next ranking immediately when no candidate was selected for a particular round. This means that if no candidate was selected in the first round on the ballot, then the second round ranking would count as the first round ranking, the third round ranking would count as the second round ranking, and so on. For the November 2022 general election, the setting on the county's equipment counted the ranked choice voting ballots in the manner in which the ballot was completed, meaning no vote was registered for those ballots in the first round of counting because those voters did not identify a valid candidate in a particular rank on the ballot. Once it became aware of the issue, the Registrar of Voters immediately investigated it. The Registrar of Voters worked with its vendor, Dominion, I presume, of course, to figure out the source of the issue and to resolve it. After reviewing the election data and applying the correct configuration, the Registrar of Voters learned that only one outcome was affected. Oakland School Director, District 4 for the Oakland Unified School District, where Mike Hutchinson won, whereas before he lost. No other, and they put this in bold, no other result for any ranked choice voting election in any jurisdiction was changed. The Registrar of Voters has notified the City of Oakland, Oakland Unified School District, School Director, District 4 candidates, and the Secretary of State of California. The Registrar of Voters is currently working with its vendor to provide safeguards so that this does not happen in future elections. What do you think of what I just told you, Cynthia? Hello?
I'm shocked.
Yep.
And that recount is important.
Oh, by the way, folks, this is the incoming president of the Oakland NAACP. Please, Cynthia.
The recount is important. We're not going to go on their word after this.
Yep.
Oh my God. This never happened before. What?
Yeah. In black and white. And what bothers me is I have on video, Tim, we talked about it, and he said that they tested the equipment before every election. And then he later admitted that there was the appearance of an anomaly and it should be checked out. He said that. I have him saying that on video. And so the question I have is, when did they discover that this was a problem? Because if they open up saying that they discovered it, okay, well, how? When?
Because the NAACP was pushing for that recount. The community, the seniors of Oakland, the seniors of Oakland, and also the people that's disability, all was pushing for their recount. They was pushing for especially the seniors. And they wouldn't have never did anything if our mouths would have stayed closed. The Bible tells you a closed mouth don't get fed.
That's true.
So that mouth finna get fed some more. They gonna find other things.
Yeah, I was saying to Seneca, I had him on before you, and I said that the other thing I found somewhat upsetting is that Mike Hutchinson won, but he didn't seem to be interested in the fact that, hey, look, if ranked choice voting is hinky, just because it works in his favor doesn't mean he shouldn't get involved and call for, an investigation. Basically, his attitude was, well, I'm good, so I'm not worried about anybody else.
I just think that we need to all come together.
Yep.
In the community
Mm-hmm.
and demand a recount.
Yes.
And not pay no $21,000 a day.
Right.
If they found that mistake, they found some more. They just don't want to. They want to admit it. But what we got to do, we got to come together in Oakland as one big family and demand a recount.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm devastated. I have to call Dr. Whitehurst.
Mm-hmm.
I have to call the Political Action Committee. I just got off a Zoom call. We got to have an emergency meeting.
Yep. Yeah.
This is unbelievable. It's just, this is never heard of. But if we had sit down and be quiet, then they would have never found out.
No.
They would have never found out.
No.
Because of the voice of your seniors, the senior citizens in Oakland, the voice of the senior citizens, and they would not back down. And they still not backing down. And the Bible tells us what goes on in the dark comes to the light. If that part came through, other parts coming through.
Hey, did you have a chance to watch my video with Tim?
Yeah, I did. I watched it. And I love what you said. I love what you said about the votes.
Oh, thank you.
How you explained the votes. How could this person get those votes and they wasn't even on their list? None of their candidates voted for that person. Mm-hmm. And you constantly explain that so well.
Hey. I find
so
it
well.
I mean, don't you find it disturbing from that he would then bend over backwards to not admit that there was a problem, but at the same time admit that I was asking a right question?
Well, people just try to be quiet on things. Mm-hmm. And he went back and he found something, and he feel that once he clears this up about the school board and everything, he feel it's okay, but it's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. So we're going to try to come together. I know it's New Year's Eve, people are getting together. Mm-hmm. So, but after our New Year's Eve and stuff, we will be able to come together. We got to come together on this.
Yeah, definitely.
Vinny, it hurts. Because it's like you took away the votes that so many people's marched for. Mm-hmm. And so many people's did sitting in, and so many people, those seniors are the one moved from the South to California after the Civil Rights Movement. Mm-hmm. For a better life, and then you're going to come here down almost 50 years later, and you're going to take their vote, supposed to be the most freest state in the United States, California. I don't hear it on the news. No one is talking about it.
Well, this is the news. We're talking about it.
We're talking about it.
Yeah. So you got to amplify it. Yeah. We started here.
We got to talk about it.
Yeah.
We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. I got to call some. We got to talk about it. So I'm just in shock. I am in shock. I'm in shock. But he gonna put in bold that is no other candidates.
Yeah. No election in any other jurisdiction was changed.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
And I find it hard to believe that each and every number is exactly the same. I'm not buying that.
Right. So Vinny, you gotta help. Vinny, you gotta help us on this.
Yes, ma'am. You got it.
We gotta, we get sworn in on the 14th,
Mm-hmm.
but we'll start working on it right after the first of the year.
Okay.
We gotta come up with something, and we gotta work. We gotta work with our community, especially our seniors,
mm-hmm.
to make them feel confidence in the system again.
Yep.
In the system again. I have to take a deep breath.
Yes, ma'am. I will let you go. Hey, Happy New Year.
Thank you so much.
And God bless you. And God bless you.
Let me know this. Thank you.
Got it.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Folks, that was incoming Oakland NAACP President Cynthia Adams. Shocked. So this is it's a huge problem. All right. I'm gonna put this puppy up. Subscribe to Zenny62 and bookmark Oakland News Now blog.com. That ends this broadcast.